When?
Okay, here we go. Butterfly Space Rescue. We're going to do a fresh unboxing. Pardon my crudeness about this thing. Alright, so we take off the cellophane. We open the box. And I continue with commentary that contributes nothing to this because I'm describing what you can already see. It's one of the things that annoys me, but I'm guilty at the moment. So these like instructional cards we have here, for our purposes, we'll leave them aside. All right, so these are the main cards themselves. This is a one-way design, like so. And we are going to start off with basic moves. And I'm going to keep, okay, whoa. Like some of these are similar right out the gate here, so what I might as well do is I'll just do a few shuffles like so. Okay, so this is a Hindu shuffle, like so. This is an overhand shuffle. You can also do a table riffle, like so. And of course, you want to put the time in, and in the hands riffle, like so. And that's pretty self-explanatory, but if you're going to do an in the hands riffle, the key to it is to have a deep grip. Put the packets where the fingers meet the hands. When you have this deep grip, your fingers are beneath it. That's a good angle, yeah? You have a lot more control. But use those sparingly because if you're going to mix the cards, you're going to mix them with shuffles like this that really don't bend the cards. Because a card game like this, you want to keep the cards as flat and as straight as possible. That way they last longer. Anyway, let's start with the tutorial of basic one-hand card moves. All right, Cardistry as it's called. All right, this is a basic. This is called a Charlier cut. You're holding the cards by this straddle grip here. Fourth finger at the bottom, first finger at the top at the short edges. Second and third finger at the long side, thumb on this side, you see there? Close to the tips. With this grip, the thumb is holding onto the top half, thus allowing the bottom half to drop into the hand. The first finger underneath just pushes that bottom half upwards, like so. So much so that it pushes up and it contacts the thumb, you see? And once it contacts the thumb, you see how this is now loose, it's liberated? That first finger then drops, thus allowing that top half move to the bottom by gravity, and then this half just drops on top. So this is a Charlier cut. It's a one-hand cut. See? And you can do this over and over. All right? Now I'm right-handed, so therefore I do a lot of moves like this on a left hand. All right? Then there's the reverse Charlier, which is this. This, quite simply, is the same pattern of the Charlier, but you're doing it in reverse. You're holding the deck like so. You drop the deck such that the long edge here, the left long edge, is against the palm. The thumb can now reach over and grab the top half. The fourth finger and first finger are curled at the bottom of the deck. Second and third fingers are holding the deck at the side. And then the second and third finger pulls that half down. And now these two fingers, the first and fourth fingers, are now at the bottom. That way they can lift the cards like so, that half. Then the thumb drops its half, and then those fingers drop half like that, okay? So this is that was the Charlier, sorry. This is the reverse Charlier, all right? Now, those are basics. Let's get into some running cuts. This, quite simply, is a multiple one-hand cut. You got the fingers like so. And just same straddle grip as before, towards the tips. Now, the first finger pulls down the majority of the bottom stalk, like so. That way, that bottom stalk is held by the thumb and first finger. The top stalk is balanced and held by gravity via the fourth finger at the bottom and the second and third finger on the side, so that when this half, that majority bottom section, moves over, you see how that's just straddled there by gravity? Now it pushes all that to the bottom. And now what creates a running cut scenario is the fact that you've got this large stock here. You liberate most of the bottom of that stock, leaving a portion on top. Now this section is held by gravity. And this new section goes underneath the previous section. And you just keep doing this. So this might be a better angle. Well, tough for me, but. And then you can end with the Charlier cut from before. So one more time. Oh yeah, there. These cards like to, yeah, sometimes that happens. Sometimes the cards stick to each other, so just be aware of that. And then end with a Charlier. Now, as an alternative ending, this is where things get really fancy. Once you're down to a thin portion, you can do this. Ooh, fancy. The way that works, that flip over type move, is once you have a thin portion at the bottom, I've never actually explained this in words before, so bear with me. You straddle that top section, the thumb goes underneath that top section, and here's the tricky part, you just grab that top half between the thumb and first finger. And then these 3 fingers here opened up like a net to receive it. So, you know what, maybe I can get away with it, like, bear with me. Yeah, it works a lot better once I've actually done this pattern first. There we go. All right, so those are a few one-hand patterns. Let's just take a little break for there, and I'll get ready. Okay, now this is just a dribble, like so. All you're doing is you've got the thumb and second finger gripping the edges of the deck. First finger is here at the top. So I know I said you don't want to bend the cards, but this is one of the few times I actually do bend the cards. And you're just releasing the cards. Now notice, because of the grip, you are bowing the cards outward. And you're just releasing the bottom stock in little bits at a time. All right? That's just a basic dribble. Now guys like Shilman could do these massively long dribbles. Let's not go in that territory yet. That's the beyond pro level. But the basic level, you want to do that. All right? Now, let's see some of the other patterns. This is one of my favorites. All right, break that down, and then there's this, and let me see what else. I'm gonna go through stuff like this monstrosity. Don't worry, I'll break all this down as best I can. All right, so let's go orbit to the back and let's break some of that down, shall we? Okay. These moves, I believe, yeah, you see some of these moves like reverse the orientation. See how that works? Yeah. So just bear with me just on that. Speaking of, here's one-hand move I forgot to mention before, which I didn't teach because it reverses the orientation. This is one of my personal moves. I've been doing this for like 30-something years. Okay, it's a 2-finger cut. The original version was you have to actually place it between those 2 fingers and then get the move. I figured out, do it one-handed, like this, all one hand. So all you're doing is you got your straddle grip, first finger repositions from the top short edge right next to the thumb. And by doing so, you're in position for this really fancy 2-finger cut. Well, technically it's 2-finger and the thumb, but that's how you want to grip the deck. The thumb comes across to the top half and shaves off said top half. And notice how it pivots around the first finger. And then this section here, this, which was the top, is now repositioning that section towards the bottom. That completes the cut. So all together looks like that, all right? Oh, not quite like that. Let me try that again. Like that, all right? So Other moves I did. And also, yeah, I'm going to attempt to keep the cards face up because the cards face up makes this a little bit easier to follow. So, one of my favorite patterns, I've been using this for years, is from Lennart Green from Sweden. I have this overhand grip, thumb at the bottom, second finger off to the side, second and third finger. It's a, I guess it's called a biddle grip. Yeah, biddle grip or overhand grip. First finger just lifts off a portion of cards off the top, like so. All right. Now, first finger of the left hand. This is where things get a little tricky. Reaches over and pulls over a center stock of cards. You see how I'm liberating like a center section of the cards, like so? See that?
Yep.
And that's from the lower left corner. I liberate it, and it's pivot around, you see, my right second finger? Pivot. And then in this position, that liberated, stripped out section simply falls into the waiting left hand. You're gonna do something similar. This time, with this section, you still got the break here from where you stripped out that other section of cards. The thumb now grabs this portion, this lowest portion of packet, and that too is pivoted around the right second finger and the left thumb. But now you replace this into Charlier cut position. This is why I had to teach you the Charlier cut position from the beginning, so that you know exactly what to do here. All right? And bear with me, let me reconstruct this because I've never had to actually teach this move before. I've been doing this move for so many years, I'm on autopilot with it. Okay, there it is. So, I already taught you this. Wrap up here, first finger, center strip out, like so. That portion goes over here. Charlier cut, but you don't complete the Charlier cut, you leave it here. Now, this bottom half, you take the half of that bottom half, similar to before. With the thumb, you grab it, hang it at the fingers, like so. See that?
Yep.
All right. And bear with me. Again, I lost track. I'm so sorry. There. Yeah, okay, grab it, and then just nest it on top. Okay. Let it fall down. And now this first finger pushes that top section into the palm. And then I guess this goes here. Okay, so let me just reconstruct, okay? In fact, let me do everything slowly at speed because I've been doing, it's muscle memory. I've been doing this for years. So I'll just try to do this as slowly as possible without explanation. Yeah, okay. And then this. Okay, then this half goes here. And then this, that last portion goes here. So, okay, let me just break this down. Here, here, here. And like I said, because of the fact that I've got the cards face up, should be easier to follow along. So far, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so here's another basic pattern. All right, that last bit was a flourish I added from one of Lennart Green's as well. This is, before I break that down, let me just break down this basic cut that I use. You got this overhand grip, thumb at the bottom, second and third fingers at the other short side, first finger on top. You want to get used to this position because it's an essential position. That way you know that the first finger is ready to peel cards off to the top, like so. So I'm just going to do this basic swing cut. All right. What you're doing is you're lifting off the top portion, placing it into the hand. You drop the portion that was here and you place it on top. Okay, that's a swing cut. And if you want to get more involved, swing cut, da da da. Okay, all that happens there is you take a portion off top, place it in the hand, in the left hand. Take another portion from the balance, place in the hand, but you retain what's called a pinky break. Then you drop and then you take the portion from above the pinky break, and there you have it. That, by the way, it's what's known as a false cut. It actually, whatever order the cards were, it keeps the order. In fact, this cut here, believe it or not, is a false cut. So if you have the cards in a specific order, this keeps the order. So pro tip right there, or spoiler alert, or whatever. So yeah, basic swing cut. And if you want to get even more involved with that swing cut, notice how the pattern becomes a little more complicated. The way that's achieved is, instead of taking a small portion, you take a large portion. Swing cut over into the left hand. Then, same as before, you swing cut here, pinky break, drop, take from above the break, drop. But because you got a large portion here, same deal. Swing cut with the pinky break, grab, grab, and then if you have enough and you want to go for it. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't look terribly fancy, but it looks like you're mixing the crap out of the cards with all kinds of fancy finger movements. Okay, so that's just some running swing cuts. Now, swing cuts become important because it's a foundation move. Now, this business over here, now we can come back to it. What's going on there is I'm taking large stack of cards, swing cut, then I swing cut here, and it looks like I'm going to swing cut it again, but what I'm really doing is I'm going to do a switch. As I come over to apparently do another swing cut, what I'm really doing is I retain that stock here, right thumb goes here, contacts, right third finger grabs that section and steals it away as this top section is deposited in its place. So altogether, looks like that. You see how the packets switch?
Yeah.
All right. And then you can complete right then and there, but the flourish I like to throw in is another one of Leonard Green's moves. It's like a flourish Z-cut type thing, is where you retain this portion. The thumb of the right hand goes to the bottom edge of that packet, and now you see how these packets are affixed between the right thumb and the left first finger?
Yeah.
Okay, pardon me. Like so. At this point, what's going to happen is the left second finger goes under here to sort of grab that packet in a scissors grip. Then you let go, and then you twist the right hand with its packet to maneuver it underneath. Grab it like this. I know that wasn't like the most descriptive move. You can by itself just use this. It's a very fancy move that does nothing to the deck. All right.
After this, I think we should.
Yeah. Okay. So break for now.
Yep.
Are you recording?
Yes.
Okay, good. I got a lot more space on this phone, so so here we go. Yeah, you see how you're on landscape mode?
Yes.
Oh, crap. Okay. Let me do that again. I hate when I cheese moves like this. All right. Sorry. Let me break it down just little by little. I'm just try to do this. I'm not going to use too many words because there are going to be too many words. You notice how this is sort of a continuous, potentially continuous movement.
Yeah.
You want to get this from behind?
Yep.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think it's awesome.
All right.